lonely and lost.
I loved him unconditionally.
Vicki Thompson just marked her son's 23rd birthday without him.
I think my son died because he was mentally ill.
Diagnosed bipolar and manically depressed, Marion resident and mental patient Gary Thompson was angry, threatening, and combative at the start of his 4th stay at the Grant County Jail. It would be his last. Eyewitness News has obtained these images from inside the 274-bed facility, specifically this padded cell. Gary was moved here, jail documents say, because he had threatened suicide. Firing this pepper ball launcher and other techniques used by the jail staff are now part of a federal lawsuit. Dr. William Elliott, psychiatrist with the Indiana Department of Correction.
Well, you know, there are big incidents and then there are routine incidents, and I would regard this as a big incident.
The incidents are all on tape, which was rolling that Monday night, spring break 2005, when Gary Thompson was brought in, accused of telephone harassment. The family attorney, Pete Rosenthal, for the first time shows images of what would become Gary's final days to his older sister, Kathy.
Oh my God.
Ironically, it's where she used to work as a jailer.
I saw a lot when I worked there.
But nothing, she says, like seeing her own brother like this. At 5:03 a.m., his 3rd hour now in the padded cell, Gary is handcuffed. He starts to shake. You can see his shoulders here roll.
My brother never had seizures, ever.
52 seconds later, he's making strange noises. Jailers arrive, tell him to breathe. They remove the restraints, tell Gary to calm down, and after 1 minute and 3 seconds with Gary Thompson in the cell, they leave.
Why would you not get somebody medical help at this point?
While the family believes that this was Gary's first seizure, trained experts are skeptical.
I can say, I think that guy's faking, but I'm not a medical doctor, so you get a medical examination.
But jail documents show that Gary was never examined.
On the records it says that he was too combative to examine.
You don't let someone who may have a medical issue not get treatment because of his combativeness. You know, you do what you have to do.
It's one of the most horrible examples of ignoring an individual I've ever seen.
It is now Wednesday night, the night before his court appearance. At 8:20 p.m., after Gary repeatedly bangs on the door, jailers hogtie him.
It is not something that would be sanctioned by the American Correctional Association. It's not something that's part of our Department of Correction policy.
Gary remains in this position for nearly 5 hours.
What we just saw was from 8 p.m. until 1:12 a.m. Now they're walking back into the room for the very first time.
What about 5 hours?
5 hours would be excessive for any restraint for several reasons, not the least of which is opportunities at least at 2-hour increments to use restroom facilities.
Come Thursday, Gary never made it across the street from the jail to the courthouse. The jail called over, said he was coming off of meth, not fit to appear. A continuance was granted. Gary's stay continued.
Lay down! Lay down!
That is not my brother. That is not my brother.
Well, this is Saturday.
Gary refuses to lie down as instructed, is combative, throws objects through the slot in the door. The same slot the crew uses to shoot the pepper ball launcher.
What's your thought on shooting that pepper ball launcher through the hole in the door?
A waste of time and ammunition, frankly, and an unnecessary harassment of the offender.
It's a new week now, Monday, jailers come in to take Gary for a shower. The pepper ball launcher again.
I mean, he was hiding behind that because he was scared.
He's afraid to come out in the middle of the room for fear they're going to shoot him more.
You don't use those kinds of equipment until there's a need to do so, and I frankly I saw nothing that required anything that they did.
But I just can't believe not one person had the courage to say what's going on and speak up and say that he needs help. We need to get him out of here.
That did happen the very next day. Who spoke up when we come back?